Other safe boating topics, visit myfwc.com.
BJ's Wholesale Club saves Coach up to 25% off grocery store prices for his team. Pasta, protein bars, sports drinks.
And that's just pregame.
Join for $40 at bjs.com/Ocala. Limited time offer, new members only. BJ's, home of the save.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. He's been broadcasting Gator sports for more than 30 years. He's seen it all and spoken with everyone. This is Sports Scene with Steve Russell.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency. And brought to you in part by Campus USA Credit Union, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Meldon Law, UF Orthopedics, Atlantic Roofing, Ruzogra State Farm, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, Sensei Asian Bistro, and the head beer coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's the Dean of Gator Sports, Steve Russell.
Well, we have made it to Friday. Welcome into a Friday edition of Sports Scene. As you listen on WRUF, Macy's going to be our producer today. We come to you, as always, live from the Southeast Car Agency studio. In business since 1979 and almost 50 years, providing a commission-free, no-hassle alternative for buyers in search of clean, well-maintained, late-model, low-mileage vehicles. They're the best at this. There's a ton of cars driving around town like mine that have a Southeast Car Agency tag. When you go see them, make sure tell them Sports Scene sent you. All of our phone callers, as always, come to you on the Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. 3 locations in Gainesville, 1 in Lake City to serve you better. Same-day scheduling is available. You can find out more, TitanMRI.com. The emails, srussell@wruf.com, brought to you by International Diamond Center, carrying an assortment of designer engagement rings, wedding bands, watches, and fine jewelry. They are also the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. First hour sponsor, Quality Plumbing. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company Gainesville's trusted since 1984, Quality Plumbing. Their name says it all. And don't forget, all of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. The only injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators. Meldon Law won't back down. We've got a lot of guests today. We'll tell you about as we go along. Billy Donovan was supposed to be here today. He had a conflict. He'll be here Monday. Okay? But in the meantime, yesterday, Russell Sandifer was on with us talking about his signing and then going to the Dodger organization. Today, it's Gator outfielder Kyle Jones, drafted into the 3rd round by the Milwaukee Brewers, a team with a really good farm system. And Kyle now joins us here live on Sports Scene. Kyle, thanks for doing this. I asked Sandifer this yesterday. I'm going to ask you some of the same things. How was the process for you waiting this out? Were you nervous? What was that like?
Yes, sir. I would definitely say I was nervous. It was, something that you work your whole life for, and it all comes down to one day. So you all want it to go the way that you want it to. You want to be happy, and so yeah, I would say it was definitely nerve-wracking for sure.
What was the process like for you of just getting an agent?
Getting an agent, so I kind of came through my travel ball coach. I was a junior in high school when I first met him, and ever since then, he's been my agent. And
wow,
yeah, I love that guy to death. He's done so much for me, and I wouldn't be here without him. I can tell you that.
Your time at Florida was short but productive. Discuss your time at Florida. What are your thoughts about playing for the Gators?
Yeah, I mean, it was a blessing. It was a dream come true. It's always been a dream of mine to play in the SEC, and I'm so thankful that I got to do it. I got to play for such an amazing coach and Sully and everybody there. I mean, I just absolutely love my time there, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Sometimes players are told by agents, hey, we think you're going to get drafted in, this round, that round. We think this team has interest in you. Did you go in the round that you thought maybe, close that you would go to, and were you happy when the Brewers drafted you?
Yes, sir. I kind of knew right around. I was told it was usually going to be like late second round into the third round. And so I had kind of an idea of when I was going to go, and I knew which teams were mostly like the highest on me. And so I kind of knew, like when the Brewers drafted me, I was very happy because I know how well they develop players and how good their farm system is.
Yeah, they do, and their farm system is loaded. There's no doubt about that. Have you been assigned yet, Kyle? Tell folks since you got drafted, what's happened since?
Okay, so I got drafted. It was about 3 or 4 days later. I had to go out to Arizona, and that's where their complex league is. So I was out there doing physicals, just stuff like that, getting everything settled. I ended up playing in a few bridge games. I played in 4 games, and then 4 days ago, I got assigned to Wilson, North Carolina, which is the Lowett. So I played 3 games here so far.
I'm interested in this, and I've asked a lot of former Gator players when they've gone to this level, Kyle. You've seen college pitching, and you've seen really good college pitching. In A-ball, how does that pitching relate to college? Is it close? Is it a little better? How would you compare that?
I mean, I would say it's pretty. I would say it's on around the same level, if that makes sense. Like obviously, there's guys. Obviously, there's guys that are elite arms here, and then there's obviously elite arms in college. I mean, you can look at like Liam, guys like that. Like there's just going to be guys like that. But I would say for the most part, I would say it's right around average to the same.
Kyle Jones joining us here live on Sports Scene from Gator Baseball, 3rd round draft choice of the Brewers, and he's now assigned to Speaking of that, you played at a really cool stadium here, a lot of good stadiums around the country. What's Wilson like?
Wilson is very, very nice. The ballpark and all that stuff just got opened this year.
Oh, wow.
It's all brand new. So it's very, very nice, very, very high quality.
Last 2 questions, Kyle. I don't know, when the Brewer management talks to you, do they give you long-range plans for you? Do they just say, hey, we want you to start here? What was that process like in hearing from them? What are some of the things that the Brewers management said to you?
Yeah, they're kind of more of just like on the process of things, like the development side. And, they were like, we're not looking at a single game, span of at-bats. We're looking at the whole season, what you do well, what we can work on, just stuff like that. So, I would say everything is more on the developmental side of things.
I know I'll end with this. I know that you knew you were going to be drafted, and I know that you knew you'd be drafted pretty highly. Yet, I'm always fascinated, because I was never good enough to do that, what the feeling was when you got the call, when you knew you were drafted. What was going through your head? What did it feel like?
Honestly, it was a feeling that I wouldn't even be able to describe to you, because it was, like I said before, it's one of those things that you've worked your entire life for, and it came down to one day. And I mean, honestly, I think I just kind of like blacked out. I don't even really remember. Like Like, I think I got the call, and I was just like, I looked up on the TV, and like I was up there, and like that was like all I remember. Like, I don't know, like that was it was so crazy. It was absolutely amazing, and I'm so thankful, and I'm so blessed that I get to do this.
You know what? I was going to ask you a couple of more questions, but I'm going to leave on that. That's a really good answer to leave on, because I can only imagine what that feeling might have been. Kyle, thanks for doing this and letting Gator fans know what you're doing now. And I hope as you ascend, we can get you back on the show here and keep track of you. So appreciate you doing this, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Of course. Thank you.
You got it, Kyle. Thank you. Fun traveling with them and doing their games and watching them develop. And it's interesting. I went back and looked. Liam Peterson's signing bonus was $4.5 million. The rest of the Gators that were drafted, I think there were 5 maybe, were combined $2 million. I mean, that's when you're a first-round draft choice, his bonus was $4.5 million. And Blake Sear, signed by the Yankees, an 18th round draft choice, it was $150,000. Which, you know, for me is good money. Most of us are, but I mean, that's the range of what you can have sometimes. But anyway, thanks to Kyle for doing that. Hope you enjoyed that, and hope you enjoyed Sandifer yesterday coming on with us. All right, some International Diamond Center emails. Frank, I've been following some of the reports coming out of a training camp, Gator camp. It sounds a lot like a lot of praise for the receivers, inconsistency for the quarterbacks. I know it's a new system and new coaches and all. Is it possibly a factor the quarterbacks are struggling to keep up with elite receivers? Possible, Frank? Yes. But there are a lot of reasons for that, right? Are you grasping the system? Are you making your reads correctly? Did the receiver run the right route? If it's live, what's the protection like? I mean, look, that's what you have camp for. And let's face it, you have to develop timing. And that's what all of this is. So, again, new coaches, new system. You're going to have a little bit of this, I think. Gator soccer, here's the good news. When Samantha Bohan was here, they didn't score a lot. Florida, when I heard they scored 3 goals last night, I thought, oh, they won. Didn't. They lost 4-3 to UCF. But hopefully, good things. And to start the season, they had a weather delay, over an hour because of bad weather. Now, after that opening match, Florida will, and this is what Coach Zimmerman said, they're a very good team. The good news is it's the first game. The mistakes we made are correctable and solvable. These are moments you learn a lot from. Proud of the fight and the willingness to continue to go. We created a number of chances. It's just one of those nights. And Florida will have a 3-match homestand coming up. They'll play Thursday against Coastal Carolina from the Sun Belt. The Chanticleers beat Charleston Southern 3-0 to open up their season. All right, let's get a quick call here. Bob is here. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Steve. I'm calling about the Gainesville High School Hurricanes. They won last night, but I wanted to know if number 0, Booby Gardner, scored any touchdowns.
I have zero idea.
Okay, maybe somebody else knows.
Why do you want to know that particularly? I'm curious.
He's my neighbor. You know, I root for him.
Oh, okay. Well, you should knock on their door.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Probably when they get home from school.
There you go. All right, Bob. Thank you. Yeah, see? I just solved the world's problems right there. Speaking of that, Eastside's coach, Gator Hoskins, is going to join us today to talk about the Rams. Had a lot of the high school coaches on this week, and regular seasons open up next week. Let's go to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. Gator Man, what's up?
What's going on, Steve? I'd like to give a old shout out to Trey Smack last night. I tell you what, 2 58-yarders, I tell you, that ain't easy.
It is for him.
Yeah, it is. It made it look easy. I tell you, he's going to make a lot of money if he keeps that up. But I see Green Bay had about 7 mixed Gators on the team.
Green Bay had how many?
They said 7. I saw Cox had a sack, and they had about 6 others. Trey Dean, and I forgot the other one, but I saw a thing this morning that said they had 7 mixed Gators on. They call them the Green Bay Gators.
Okay.
But I've been talking about the defense. I'll give you the top 10 reasons I think the Gators will have a top 10 defense. Number 10, I think Brad White, if he can get it done in Kentucky, Gators haters look out. Number 9, overall defensive staff. I think it's the best since the Urban Meyer defensive staff. Number 8, I think the safeties and cornerbacks will be better this year. Number 7, I think they force a lot more turnovers. Number 6, I think both Brandon Beck is ready to take off the defensive tackle. They had a few problems last year, but I think he's a big-time leader this year. Number 5, the linebacker room with Childs and Graham. They're going to be pretty stout. Number 4, I think Chapman's a great coach and a great motivator. Number 3, I think the pride from last year will make them play better. And number 2, chemistry. And number 1, I got the sack firm of Woods and McCray. I think it's time to put those quarterbacks in the oven and turn up the heat. And Steve, you have a good day.
All right, Gator Man, thank you. We'll take a break. We'll come back, open up the phone lines for you, emails, all of that. Don't forget, before we do that, Facebook Live, Macy will get them to me, courtesy of Ruse Ogra State Farm. You can visit ograinsurance.com to learn about the 2 locations in Gainesville and Newberry they have. YouTube questions from Campus USA Credit Union, where Stephen Orr Spurrier does his banking. Founded on the UF campus, serving our community for 90 years. And also, if you have a text, we can take your information that way. Our text line, 352-325-3777. Back with more on Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio on WRUF.
This is former Gator quarterback Shane Matthews, and you're listening to the home of Gator Sports, WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Friends, if somebody's been in business for 45-plus years, doesn't that tell you something? Trust, longevity. Well, that is the case with my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville. The Cousins family has operated that business for the past 45-plus years, and they specialize in just one thing. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Great variety, great selection. I'm driving one now, have been for years. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
For the first time ever in a public setting outside the Heisman Trophy ceremony in New York City, 3 legends are coming to Gainesville. Join Steve Spurrier, Danny Warfel, and Tim Tebow together with their Heisman trophies for the Legends Gala at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill on Sunday, August 23rd. Enjoy an unforgettable night of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of Isaiah 1:17 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
P.F. Chang's Gainesville is serving up incredible lunch specials starting at just $11.99. So if you're in the mood for Asian fusion cuisine, stop in for lunch today. And don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. with $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Make your next lunch or afternoon unwind unforgettable at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch and happy hour.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their gamberi salento, shrimp, fresh tomatoes, and zucchini sauteed in garlic and oil with penne pasta and Romano cheese.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Mi Apa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine-in, drive-through, to-go, or catering, Mi Apa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Mi Apa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank. Member FDIC.
This summer, Hard Rock Bet has the hottest baseball betting odds in Florida. Vig, juice, fee, whatever you call it, we're cutting it. It's the 10-cent summer sale. That's flat 10-cent lines for winner, spread, and over-under pregame bets. Same bets, better odds. This August, only on Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Valid for moneyline, spread, and over. Under pregame markets with odds between -250 and +250 only. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
The Jacksonville Jaguars preseason opener Saturday at 3. Right here on WRUF. 98.1 FM, 850 AM, at 103.7 HD2. WRUF, your new home for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. On the show today, a little later on, Laura Rutledge, co-host of Gator Growl. Brandon Spikes, co-host of Gator Growl. I think Laura's going to be in the parade too. So yeah, I mean, she hasn't not done much in her career. Well, she can add this, so she'll be here. She'll talk a little NFL with us too. But I want to congratulate her on that. Also today, Gator Hoskins, the football coach at Eastside. We'll talk about his Rams team. Had a lot of high school coaches on this week. And Scott Rabalais from the Baton Rouge Advocate. In case you did not hear, Skip Bertman passed away. He is, in my humble opinion, one of the best ever to coach college baseball. And, really, really a pioneer. Had a chance to interview him twice. Once when he was at Miami, and then when he was at LSU. And just revered and a good man. I always liked him. So we will talk to Scott. He was the AD at LSU, too, for 7 years. Helped LSU grow the athletic department there. So it was pretty good. Okay. BB sent me a lot here. So let me see if I can go through this. I will ask your question that you have for Billy when he's here. I did not answer the question about the NFL considering the best offensive and defensive minds. Steve Spagnuolo, probably, for the Chiefs, would be my defensive guy. And I like Kyle Shanahan as my offensive guy. So there you go. And then he had picks, and I don't remember those. But I got a lot of emails yesterday. So, he also asked the question for Billy. So I do have that, and we'll save that. So there you go. Okay, let's get some more calls here. Mike is here. Hi, Mike.
Steve, glad you're back, bud. It's good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Did you, by any chance, watch the high school All-American game and see Liam Doherty, who's a Gator commit, pitch?
I did not.
Well, each pitcher had an inning to pitch, and he struck out 2 and got a weak grounder to first, and he had the top 3 spin rates of all the pitchers, and they had some unbelievable pitchers. Texas has 2 guys that can really throw the ball. And LSU, I saw, they had like 5 or 6 guys in the All-American game. But you're going to love this kid. But He's a good kid. He's from Tennessee, and my best friend is friends with his father. A really good family, and he's transferring down to IMG this year. So, you know, if you could ever have him on the show or anything, I think he's going to be a Friday night guy. He's really good. If you can pull up the tape of watching him pitch there in that game, it's worth watching for an inning. He's going to be a really good guy. I just hope he doesn't get so good that he gets drafted. But real impressed by the kid.
Yeah, you know, the longer I do this, I'm not saying that if I see a kid at a showcase or, you know, if I see a kid pitch at that level, that kid wouldn't be impressive. But what matters is what happens here. And I get the point you're making because Florida's recruited very well, but Liam Peterson is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
You know, it just didn't
have the head
work out, right? And yet, you know, he's making a ton of money, first round draft choice. So, you know, but I think this staff, and when I say this, you know, it's Jeff as a former Cardozo, as a former player. You know, look, when we travel with those guys, you get to know the kids, you get to know the coaches, and I can honestly say, since I was doing games when Jeff was playing, I've always had good relationships with the coaches. So when I say what I'm going to say, I don't mean anything negative in the coaches that were here last year and that have left. But in talking to the people inside, they are extremely high on the new staff additions here. Now, we'll see.
That's great.
Got to pay off, and we'll see what happens. But I know Sully is really excited to work with these guys. If you heard Rich Dorman, I guess it was last week here, the new pitching coach, he was really impressive. So I'm looking forward to, you know, getting those guys a little better and see what they do.
Well, he topped out at 96, and he's only 17, and he's going to get bigger and stronger. And he'll get great coaching at IMG. So just somebody to look out for, Steve. Okay. The kid's really aggressive. He's going to fight when he gets in there. All right, thanks, bud.
Okay, yep, appreciate you, Mike. Thank you. All right, let's go. We got some guests coming up today later in the show, but still time to hear from you. 392-8255, and again, the email is srussell@wruf.com. Bill emails and says, I'm reading a lot online, and I guess it's because he said of the time of the year it is. Which league do you think is better now, the Big Ten or the SEC? I think it depends how you look at it. And I want to throw this out. How do you rate something like that? To me, if you win a national championship and you reside in the Big Ten, then you are the best conference. I don't care about how deep a league is. Now, I get it. If you have one team that wins a national title, everybody else stinks. But that's not the case in the Big Ten. But I want to know if you think the Big Ten has surpassed the SEC in football, because I think it has. I think it has. If you want to debate that, certainly can. But, you know, the SEC has enjoyed, for a long time, the preeminent spot. And I don't know. But here's some numbers for you. 3 different Big Ten teams have won national championships in the last 3 years. Since the Power 4 realignment, the Big Ten owns the best postseason record, including 9-3 against other conferences that are in the college football playoff, which is 3 times as many CFP wins as the next best. It's the only conference in the country with a 500 or better record against all 9 other conferences over the past 2 seasons. Now, again, the SEC is going to say, look, our 8th place team is better than their 8th place team. Okay, that's fine. But what about head-to-head? Over the past 2 years, the Big Ten is 10-7 against the SEC, 8-2 against the SEC in the postseason. Those are convincing numbers to me to tell me the Big Ten is the best college football conference in the country. If you digress, let me know. We'll take a break, come back. More to come on this Friday edition of Sports Scene. You're listening on WRUF.
The Tampa Bay Rays play here all summer long. WRUF.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City. Serving you better.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
Ever dreamed of catching a touchdown pass from Tim Tebow or Danny Warfel? Or taking a handoff from the legendary Steve Spurrier? Then you need to join the Florida Legends Experience on Sunday, August 23rd. You'll receive a personal video of your touchdown and your football signed by the Gator Heisman winner. Enjoy an unforgettable day of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of the Isaiah 117 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
If you're looking for premium, high-quality food served in an unforgettable atmosphere, you're going to love brunch at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill.
This is Coach Steve Spurrier, and I want to let you know that Spurrier's Gridiron Grill's delicious brunch is now served in a premium buffet.
Complete with build-your-own omelet station, served every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Reservations are encouraged, and walk-ins are always welcome.
Plus, you can enjoy bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. So join us every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3 for the best brunch in town.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
Foodies, this is not a drill. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. We're talking smoked New York strip, rich matcha curry, melt-in-your-mouth Chilean sea bass, and the fan-favorite Chunggang chili chicken. Feeling adventurous? Dive into fresh crudo oysters or treat yourself to A5 Wagyu tataki. Add in handcrafted cocktails, and you've got your next night out covered. Sensei Asian Bistro. Come hungry, leave impressed.
Stream all of our shows on YouTube. Search WRUF, home of the Gators.
Well, we're getting closer getting closer to the start of the college football season, and that's time for Inside the Huddle. Our first show with the head ball coach, the Gator QB, Shane Matthews, and yours truly, will be on August 31st. And the time of the show every Monday will be 11 a.m., new time, 11 a.m. Shane and I will do an hour together, noon to 1, and I'll finish up 1 to 2. So that's going to start August 31st. All right. I'm sitting here with no phone calls, and I want to talk sports because it's Friday. And we have a lot of guests coming up in the 1 o'clock hour, I think probably, thankfully, today. Wesley, International Diamond Center email. Love the show today. Sad to hear about Coach Bertman. What percentage do you give that MLB will get a salary cap and a floor? I think it depends when you ask me. Today, I would say little chance. I mean, those two sides are so far apart. It ain't even close. Dustin, who would you rather have, Julian Sayin or Arch Manning? They say Julian Sayin's quarterback is the top quarterback in the Big Ten. Arch Manning, CBSSports.com has a pretty good story about this. They feel he's a first-round draft choice, but he's also overrated. So we'll see. Jim, he says, speaking of Smoke on the Water, which was like a few days ago, did you see where Deep Purple original bassist or guitarist Richie Blackmore played on stage live with the band for the first time in 33 years? Enjoyed that. Did not see that. As far as the Big Ten versus the SEC, for now the Big Ten surpassed the SEC in football dominance based on national championships, but we all know who the best conference is. Well, again, I think, Jim, it's all depending on how you judge that. Here's an example. In baseball, if the New York Yankees win the World Series, they're the best team in baseball. Period. Does it mean that the AL East is the best division? No. So I think, to me, it's who wins. Byron's with us. Hi, Byron.
Hey, Steve, I was teasing your producer. Let me try to go if I forget. Steve, Graham Mertz, I think I caught a real shot. I hope I didn't hear that, but who was he with, and did he get hurt on the preseason game last night?
No idea.
No idea. I thought I heard that, but I'm going to have to try to find out who he was playing. Do you know who he was with? Did he get drafted?
Texans.
Texans.
Yeah, I'm looking this up. They fear a torn ACL for him.
Oh, man. I was hoping I was wrong. Yeah, Houston played last night. I forget who they played, but wow. And I was going to just comment on Steve, some of those young quarterbacks, Mendoza. I think he was with Oakland. I'll be confused because it's preseason. A lot of those guys are going to get cut, and they're second string.
Well, Mendoza's not going to get cut. I can tell you that.
Oh, he might start, Steve. That's another question because, the quarterback. And, Steve, it's amazing. I think it's St. Louis might have been they were playing, but he's the quarterback for the Gators. It's amazing he's still in the league.
Jacoby Brissett, yep.
Yeah, I think Tyler's. I can't remember all those guys. But Steve, real quick, let me get off this. Why I can't remember what I'm talking about. The Jets and the Bucks are playing. So, I mean, Steve, if just from afar, and I know it's early to procrastinate, what would you be looking for? And tell me, maybe on any teams you're looking for. What would you be looking for in preseason, and what do you hope to happen tonight?
It all depends on your team. Mm-hmm. It all depends on. Who you are. If you're a veteran team and you have a lot of talent returning, well, then you don't have to evaluate that talent. You know what you have. So I think you're more looking at, who's going to be a backup, who can maybe be a special teams guy that sticks. If you're a team like the Jets, who I think will rely on a lot of the guys that they drafted. They're going to look at that. Like, how does that high draft choice, even in the preseason game, perform? It just depends on, to me, it depends on three things. One, how good a team you already are. Number two, positionally, what's the need? In other words, if you had a need for a defensive end and you drafted a defensive end in the first round, well, then, you're going to want to know, can that guy start if he's a first-round draft choice or not? And then number three, just in terms of, knowing the system, knowing what to do, that's part of it too. And I think people forget that. Coach Edwards told me that once in an interview that, if you have a rookie and he has all the physical tools, right, fine, but does he know his assignment? Does he know where to go? Does he know his reads? All that stuff. And that's part of what, preseason is, but it just depends on, the different philosophy of a team and what they're trying to get from a particular player.
And, Steve, I think you ask people this a lot, and maybe I already asked you this again, but, Steve, I'm not talking about this conference, but, you got Atlanta, New Orleans, Carolina, and Tampa. That's a toss-em up. But some people think New Orleans might be a breakout team. To Steve, I'm going to go with your Jets. And I don't know about Miami yet, but, Steve, give me your surprise team in the NFL to watch for this year. And it's Friday. Happy Friday, Steve. We ain't got there yet, so that's all I got, Steve. Happy Friday.
All right. Thank you. The team, first of all, I think in the AFC South, I think the Jags and the Texans are really good. They're going to battle it out for the division title. The Bengals, I think, can be good. But the Ravens now have a new head coach, a new offense. I think they're going to be better than they were a year ago. And then, are the Steelers a 500 team, which I think that they are. But I think the Bengals have a chance to be the second best team in that division. In the East, the big question mark, the Buffalo Bills. New coach, what now? And will the Patriots repeat what they did? In the West, in the AFC, the biggest question mark, the Chiefs. Mahomes' injury, are they getting a little old in the tooth? And then I think the Chargers are going to be better. I do. Because the former Dolphin head coach is there as the offensive coordinator. NFC East, I still like the Eagles. I think the Giants can be better. And again, you got an established head coach there. NFC North, I didn't think the Bears were as good as they were last year. The Lions have a shrinking window, and the Packers are good. That might be the best division. In the NFC South, toss a coin. Toss a coin. I think any one of those four teams could win. NFC West, the Rams are loaded. But then there's the Seahawks, who are the reigning Super Bowl champions. I think people are sleeping on them, and you should not. It's hard to repeat, and the Cardinals won't be any good, and the 49ers will be good if they stay healthy. So there's my NFL synopsis for you. And I didn't mention my Jets because they're not any good. And they won't be for a while. All right. YouTube questions, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union. Greg, the SEC dominating football since just recently. So that's close to 20 years of natty runs, but I agree with the upper part of the Big Ten, though. Yeah, that's history. That's not today. 850 Gator on YouTube. Best conference is where the best talent is at. SEC teams dominate the recruiting rankings, and the SEC dominates on NFL Draft Day. I disagree, 850 Gator. If there's that much talent, then why aren't they winning championships? If there's that much talent, why doesn't the SEC have a better record against the Big Ten? Mortal Jim on YouTube. Of the three best teams, Ohio State's been good, but Michigan's best coach is gone. Indiana won, but Mendoza is gone. They're still going to be good. Ohio State's going to be really good. And again, if Ohio State wins another championship, guess what conference they're in? The Big Ten. Another YouTube question. Neo, I think Indiana still is a top 10 team, but won't win it again this year. Look, it's really hard to win back-to-back national anything. It's hard. And then one more from Mortal Jim. It's like when Clemson won twice, everybody said the SEC was done, and the SEC won the next 4 championships. Now, I never said the SEC was done. I'm saying right now the SEC's got to prove they're better than the Big Ten Conference. And they've not done that the last 3 years. Win 13 out of 17 natties, and then I'll say Big Ten is better. That doesn't matter now, Jim. If you won a national title in 2006 in the SEC, what does it matter now? Doesn't. It does not matter at all. It matters what you've done now. I mean, if you want to tell me historically the SEC is the best conference, I totally agree with you. But today, I mean, if you go top to bottom, is it better than the Big Ten? Yes. But if you judge a conference by winning a national title, then the SEC is not as good as the Big Ten. Simple. We'll take a break, come back. One more segment this hour. Then our guest parade continues next hour. Laura Rutledge here. Gator Hoskins, the Eastside football coach, and Scott Rabalais from the Baton Rouge Advocate. We'll talk about the passing of former LSU baseball coach and AD Skip Bertman. You're tuned to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio on WRUF.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC, 2026 GMC Sierra $399 per month, 2026 Chevy Silverado $379 per month. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months and no payments for 90 days on new Chevy Silverado. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and dock. All rebates and incentives to dealer. May include loyalty, subject to lender approval. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Offers don't combine. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable, and when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A heat advisory remains in effect for north central Florida through this evening. Peak feels like temperatures this afternoon between 105 and 110. We will see sea breeze storms moving inland from both coastlines. Our best chance for heavier rain will be near and east of I-75 this evening. Remaining hot through the weekend, feels like temperatures Saturday and Sunday between 105 and 110. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
Every Gator football game all season long, right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
We are in good company, not bad company. Welcome back. Macy, when do classes start? Next week? Thursday? Okay, see, so the gang will be back. Is that a little quiet before the, I got to tell you, in the years that I taught here, 28 of them, it was good to have a break, and I'm sure the students felt the same way, but it was always cool when everybody came back. Start of a new school year, you start, how was your summer? What'd you do over the summer? A lot of internship stuff. Pretty good deal. Meantime, I want to tell you about Gala Bank. Gala Bank is Gainesville's local bank. They are locally owned and operated, over 350 years of combined experience, here to help neighbors, and you don't get treated as just a customer. They don't have any appointments necessary, no call centers either, no sign-in sheets, and if you have a check you need to have cashed, walk in the door. They will cash it for you with no extra charge. They're at 7515 West University Avenue off of Tower Road. Gala Bank, member FDIC. And by the way, want to thank Quality Plumbing for sponsoring the first hour here, and want to thank all of our sponsors. It's cool to have you. We're glad you're here. If you would like to be part of the show, you can expose your business to thousands of sports fans. You can contact Freddie, 352-284-3733, and you can check out our clip of the day on WRUF Facebook and YouTube at WRUF Home of the Gators, brought to you by Fairlife Milk. This is the strangest email I have gotten since I got back from some time off. Bill says, "It's good to have you back." He said, "Did your hair get grayer since you left?" I said, "I'm watching on television." Did my hair get grayer? I don't think so. But I'm fortunate I have hair. Because in my family, there were some folks that didn't. So, no. I don't know if I've gotten grayer or not, but it's good to have hair. Monday on the show, Gator volleyball coach Ryan Tice will join us. Billy Donovan scheduled. He was supposed to be here today but couldn't, so he's scheduled to join us on Monday. We'll talk with more of the high school football coaches as they get ready for the regular season to start. And a little more NFL talk as the preseason goes. And don't forget, Jags tomorrow afternoon as they take on Nolans. And that'll be in New Orleans. Coverage begins at 3, and the game kicks off at 4. We are your new home for Jacksonville Jaguar football. And look forward to that. Now, next hour, there'll still be time for you to call and email and such, but we have 3 guests coming on, including Laura Rutledge, who will be here to talk about co-hosting Gator Growl. That's another feather in her cap. Scott Rabalais from the Baton Rouge Advocate will talk about the passing of legendary coach Skip Burtman. And it'll be Gator Hoskins coming up at the top of the hour talking about his Eastside football team, as most teams are going to have their jamboree game or whatever they call it tonight, and then regular seasons for most everybody will begin next weekend. A couple of emails, and we'll call it an hour. Bill says, how big a year is this for the Gator volleyball program to get back among the elite? Well, okay, I guess my first question is, what do you consider elite? They're preseason ranked number 17, so that's not terrible. If you're ranked in the top 25, it's pretty good. Are they Nebraska good? I don't know. And Texas and Kentucky, Kentucky's been the team that has suddenly burst upon the national scene. They're preseason ranked number 3, and Texas preseason ranked number 2, and Texas A&M is ranked number 8. So there's 3 SEC teams ranked in the top 8. And then I believe Tennessee's, they're ranked. I just checked. Tennessee's 22nd. The league is a whole lot better now than what it used to be. Mary Wise dominated the SEC early on because she recruited well, and Florida put some time and effort into it when some other league teams, frankly, did not. Well, a lot of those teams now have, and it certainly shows in what they have done with things. So that's really good. Last email of the hour, John says, maybe you could do this one topic before the season starts. A friend of mine and I were talking about who the best all-time football announcer or baseball announcer is/was. Who would you say? Ooh. I would have to think about that. I don't. That's not a top of my head. It's a great question, but I don't know that I can tell you that top of my head. That would take some thinking, because growing up, I got to hear and see some great people, but there's some really good. Maybe this. Who's the best now? Who would you say now? Is there head and shoulders somebody that you'd say is better than somebody else? I don't know. Find out. Yeah, they come to mind. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and then we'll have hour 2 of the show. And again, we'll get our 3 guests here, but still time to hear from you. We have Quality Plumbing sponsoring the first hour of the show. We appreciate them, and we appreciate you listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Your new home for the Jacksonville Jaguars is WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com, and let your brand shine.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutotoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
College football is about to kick off, and there's no better way to experience every touchdown, every big play, and every unforgettable rivalry than with a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions, delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it at Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. He's been broadcasting Gator sports for more than 30 years. He's seen it all and spoken with everyone. This is Sports Scene with Steve Russell.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency. And brought to you in part by Campus USA Credit Union, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Meldon Law, UF Orthopedics, Atlantic Roofing, Ruzogra State Farm, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, Sensei Asian Bistro, and the head beer coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's the Dean of Gator Sports, Steve Russell.
The final hour of the final day of the week for Sports Scene. Welcome in. Macy's producing today as we'll run down our final hour here. If you want to chime in on this, the last hour, I'm going to do this again next week too a little bit. All-time greatest sports announcers. I could probably name you, 8 to 10 without even trying. Part of it is who you grow up listening to, right? For example, you get partial to your team's announcers. The Mets, Lindsey Nelson, Ralph Kiner, Bob Murphy. I don't know that any of them would be, maybe Lindsey Nelson, but the Yankees, when I was a kid, Mel Allen, Phil Rizzuto, and Gator great Red Barber. All distinctly different. And if the national people, Keith Jackson, baseball, the great Vin Scully, and I was not a Vin Scully fan. He was too cerebral for me, I guess, when I was younger. But now to sit and listen to him broadcast a game, when he did it back in the day, is any young person wanting to be a broadcaster needs to do that. Joe Buck, he's good. But anyway, I'll get you. Kurt Gowdy for me was really good. But I'll get your thoughts about that. We're hoping to get Eastside football coach Gator Hoskins here. Laura Rutledge from ESPN, NFL Live, will join us here. And Scott Rabalais from the Baton Rouge Advocate will talk about the passing of legendary baseball coach Skip Bertman, who just passed away, longtime LSU coach. All right, we continue our look at high school football teams in the area. Eastside's coach Gator Hoskins joins us here now live on Sports Scene. Coach, it's always good to have you. Thanks for doing this again. I've started this way. For those who don't know about your season last year, tell folks about the kind of year you had a year ago and were you satisfied with it?
Oh, we had a pretty decent season. We went 9-3, made it to the second round of playoffs, district champs. I'm being, honest of what our expectations were. We did okay. It wasn't the best season, but we did pretty good.
Looking back a little bit, what are some of the things that you think went right for you to have that kind of success?
We had a lot of seniors. A lot of guys bought into the system. Kind of groomed those guys from freshmen all the way to their senior years. And we always work hard every single year. A lot of teams always work hard, but we were pretty consistent over the course. But I think it came down to a lot of experience.
What do you like about your team this year?
We're a bunch of young guys, but they're hungry. They're ready to prove themselves. We still have a lot of experience and leadership with guys that come back that's been playing since freshmen. I just can't wait to see what we do this year.
And I've always asked this, but is your district the same, Coach?
We moved, I think, South Sumter out of it and added Bellevue and Santa Fe. Okay.
When you look at the changes in high school sports, Gator, you've got, now you can transfer. Now there's even NIL that's part of this. Has that affected your team and your program at all?
I think everybody's been affected by it just a little bit. Being able to kind of transfer in where you wanted to go. I think not only just Eastside, but a lot of the schools around here in the area has been affected by that.
Do you have a game tonight?
Yes, sir.
Who you got?
Newberry, 7:30 kickoff at Newberry.
That'll be good. Coach Johnson's got a good team.
Yes, sir.
Scheduling wise, when there's going to the playoff now and the changes that have been made there. You have district games, but has scheduling been a challenge, or was that pretty easy to still do?
It wasn't difficult this year. We had a couple teams that we kind of called last minute, but it wasn't difficult at all.
For you as a coach, Gator, how have you grown? How have you changed since you started coaching?
It's just getting better with time. I think you always see some things that you can change and kind of tweak and fix, or some things you kind of started at the end of the season that you really, really enjoyed and you're like, hey, I'm just going to, start doing that a little bit early and bring that along into the new year. I just think I'm just getting better, just getting more experience, getting more comfortable, and kind of just getting better day by day.
And I would certainly think, if you're in a program for a while, and I don't know if you have the same assistants, but kids kind of know what to expect now. They've been in the program. They know you. They know what your expectation is of them. Has that sort of happened now where, they kind of know what they're going to get from you and the staff?
Definitely. This year we put a little bit more ownership on our leaders, kind of let them lead some things, kind of, we got a bunch of young guys who are kind of, when I say young guys, they're older, but they're juniors. We kind of let them we're grooming them into to getting ready to be those seniors and those captains. So we kind of let them have the ownership of taking over some of the workouts and, just kind of showing the younger boys the ropes and just kind of building that culture of, hey, the coaches, we're just here. It's your team.
Last thing, when it comes to, you reached the postseason, you had a really, really good year. Success sort of breeds success. These young players, I would imagine, are pretty hungry to do what some of the upperclassmen did. Have you seen that?
Absolutely. Our motto for the seniors is always to leave it better than when you got it. So they know how it was last year, what the seniors did with it. So, that's their goal, to leave it better than when they got it.
All right, Eastside plays Ed Johnson's Newberry team, and then the regular season starts next week. So, Coach, we'll get you back on here as the season progresses. Always appreciate you taking the time. Good luck tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it, Coach. Done a good job. Place I used to coach, too, Eastside. He's done a good job over there. Chris says, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth in an International Diamond Center email. You say the SEC is better, top to bottom, but then claim the Big Ten is the best conference just because of the last 3 championships. That's exactly right. They are. There's a difference between a deeper conference and the best conference. Name me anything where the winning team in the winning conference isn't the best. They are. He says top to bottom means the entire conference. Of course it does. Not just who wins the championship. Well, again, okay, what would you rather have? My conference is better top to bottom, or my conference has the national champion and has the last 3 years. What would you rather have? I know what I'd rather have. So he says SEC's deeper top to bottom, better rosters, better recruits, hence the better conference. It isn't. It isn't. It may be a deeper conference, but it's about winning. That's how you're judged. It's about winning. And the Big Ten has done that. And the other things I mentioned to you about the Big Ten's record against the SEC, if you're going head-to-head, Chris, the Big Ten owns that too. Yeah. Ben, all-time great play-by-play announcers, Skip Carey and Ernie Johnson in the Braves' heyday. Yep. Again, local broadcasters. There's a difference between having affinity for a local broadcast as opposed to national people. Like I said, Red Barber, I know these guys here would not probably know that because he's older than even me, or because he's passed away, but he was a Gator and he trained Vin Scully. Red did. And he had the guts. When he was broadcasting for the Yankees, Mel Allen, Phil Rizzuto's in the Hall of Fame, right? Well, after the Yankees fired Casey Stengel in 1960, they also fired the general manager. And he said, this organization's got 5 years at the most, and they're going to fall apart. He was exactly right. The Yankees won the pennant in 64. They finished 6th in 65. They finished dead last in 1966. And Red Barber was broadcasting a Yankee game, and he wanted the television camera to pan the empty seats in the stadium. And they refused to do it. And Barber said, do it. He got fired for it. I mean, we could certainly debate whether that's smart or not, but it took a lot of stones for him to do that because, again, where were the fans? They weren't out supporting a bad team. And yet the Mets, who were awful, were out drawing the Yankees when the Yankees were winning pennants because National League Baseball was back. It was a fun time to grow up then. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and then Laura Rutledge will join us. She is going to join us at the bottom of the hour. Scott Rabalais will join us at 1:45 to talk about the passing of Skip Bertman. So we have one more where you can call in, email, do whatever you want as you listen to Sports Scene coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio on WRUF.
Stream all of our shows on YouTube. Search WRUF, home of the Gators.
Hey folks, it's Steve Russell for my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. They've been in business for over 45 years. That in itself says a whole lot. Take a look around you when you drive. Take a look at the car in front of you, alongside of you. There's a really good chance it'll have a Southeast Car Agency tag, just like my vehicle does, and many vehicles before that have as well. When you go see them in person, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you to the good people at Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
For the first time ever in a public setting outside the Heisman Trophy ceremony in New York City, three legends are coming to Gainesville. Join Steve Spurrier, Danny Warfel, and Tim Tebow together with their Heisman trophies for the Legends Gala at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill on Sunday, August 23rd. Enjoy an unforgettable night of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of Isaiah 1:17 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gainesville's best-kept secret is finally being revealed. Introducing Sensei Asian Bistro. Located in Celebration Point next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Sensei delivers a one-of-a-kind Japanese-French fusion experience that's as refined as it is unforgettable. Indulge in signature dishes like our smoked New York strip, Chilean sea bass, matcha curry, or the crave-worthy Chunggang chili chicken. Pair it all with handcrafted cocktails, fresh crudo oysters, or our premium A5 Wagyu tataki. Sensei Asian Bistro. Make your reservation today.
This summer, Hard Rock Bet has the hottest baseball betting odds in Florida. Vig, juice, fee, whatever you call it, we're cutting it. It's the 10-cent summer sale. That's flat 10-cent lines for winner, spread, and over-under pregame bets. Same bets, better odds. This August, only on Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Valid for moneyline, spread, and over. Under pregame markets with odds between -250 and +250 only. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Albuquerque. Weekdays at 4, right here on WRUF.
We got a good lineup, man. It's good, right? Those dudes in the afternoon, Kevin after me, our students in the sports lab. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. All right. Welcome back. By the way, I want to thank Domino's Pizza for sponsoring hour 2 of the show today. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or those late night cravings. Nobody delivers like Domino's. Whether you're picking up or ordering delivery, fast, easy, just a click away. You can order at GatorDominoes.com. Yeah, Ben mentioned it because of the TBS stuff being national. Yeah, that's true. YouTube comment, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union. MJ, one of my favorite announcers, retiring this year. Tommy Hutton, voice of the Marlins my whole life. Going to be weird seeing the Marlins without his voice. Played in the MLB from 66 to 81, 28 seasons of broadcasting. Can't love baseball more than that. No, he's been a guest here a couple of times. Good dude, Tommy Hutton. So that's really good. By the way, in case you missed it, last night, Gators soccer opening with a 4-3 loss at UCF. But again, a team that had trouble scoring goals certainly does that last night, but they gave up 4. And they will now have a 3-match homestand. Coastal Carolina will be here on Thursday. The Chanticleers open the season with a 3-0 home win against Charleston Southern. So we'll see how the Gators can do and see if they can bounce back after that loss last night. Philip says, if you had to whittle down who your all-time best announcer, I can't. I know where you're going with this, and I can't. There's just too many of them. I mean, and they were at different times in my life. I mean, obviously, when you're a kid and you hear Marv Albert or Kurt Gowdy or, Vin Scully or whoever, Keith Jackson, and then when you're in the business, then, Jack Buck, people like that. But today, it's funny. You don't really hear people talk about great announcers today. It's usually ones that either aren't doing it anymore, aren't with us. It's weird. And maybe I should narrow this down one day to people who are doing it now. Because it's, Keith Jackson, Vin Scully, all those guys. Daryl says Keith Jackson, whoa, Nelly, yeah. Again, he ain't doing it anymore. So it is pretty interesting that, a lot of the people that you all have mentioned are gone. They're not on the air anymore. All right, a couple of emails, and then we're going to get Laura Rutledge here, speaking of talent. She's pretty good. And it's funny. She worked at TBS for a little while and worked on baseball broadcasts. I get asked about her a lot. She's been really kind over the years to talk about our college and, working here. There's no substitute, peeps, for hard work. And that woman worked hard to get where she's at. No doubt. All right. Paul, this is interesting. He says, when do you think, either during your Extra Point show or during Sports Scene, that your first negative call will come about Gator football? I have to think about that. Look, it depends, right? If you play the first game and win like 20-10, I'll be here all night, even if they win. So, a lot depends. And, again, is there going to be a stupid penalty? The problem that John has is that there is still the shadow of Billy Napier here, because that's the last thing fans saw. So how do you erase that shadow? Well, you do it by not having 12 men on the field, by not doing things like that. All right, 2 emails, and then we'll get Laura. Don, he said, have you ever done anything or asked people who listen what their favorite sport is? No, I've never done that and probably never will. Because I think a lot of it is seasonal, right? I mean, I look, right now we're talking football. But it isn't that far away where basketball is going to start. And obviously the expectation for the men and the new look for the women. So, no, I've never done that and probably won't. I just don't think that's going to ever be something I do. Ted says, would you ever abandon a team like your Jets if they continue to be bad? Thought about it a lot. Because they've been bad for a long time. But I can't bring myself to do that. I can't. Because I think if you do that, then you're not a fan. If you only root for a team when they're good, but I will tell you, it's hard. I mean, when the Knicks won the championship after not winning one since the 70s, that was cool. But I never stopped being a Knicks fan. As bad as the Mets are, and they're bad, I'm a Mets fan. You just don't, I will tell you, I came close once with the Jets. I won't say the name of the coach they hired, didn't like him. The Jets were bad, and I just had it. That lasted about a week. And then I jumped back on board. But, anybody who's been a fan of a team that's bad, or a franchise or an organization that's been bad, hats off to you. Because it's hard. Okay, we'll take a break. Laura will join us. She's co-hosting Gator Growl. Brandon Spikes is co-hosting Gator Growl. We'll sneak a little NFL talk in, too, with her as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Your home for the Tampa Bay Rays is WRUF.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City. Serving you better.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
Ever dreamed of catching a touchdown pass from Tim Tebow or Danny Warfel? Or taking a handoff from the legendary Steve Spurrier? Then you need to join the Florida Legends Experience on Sunday, August 23rd. You'll receive a personal video of your touchdown and your football signed by the Gator Heisman winner. Enjoy an unforgettable day of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of the Isaiah 117 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Mi Apa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine-in, drive-thru, to-go, or catering, Mi Apa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Mi Apa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
You know you're doing something right when your customers tell their friends and neighbors about you. That's why Ruse Ogre State Farm is proud to announce the opening of their second location, 25527 West Newberry Road in Newberry. From auto and home insurance to life insurance and more, if you're in Gainesville, Ruse can help you. And now if you're in Newberry, Ruse can help you. Ruse and his team thanks you for your trust, your referrals, and your support. Visit either of their 2 locations or call to get your personalized quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Great song. Great song. Great group. Great video, too, of that. Welcome back to Sports Scene, our last half hour of the day today. There hasn't been a whole lot that my next guest hasn't done. She's been a part of SEC Nation. She's done NFL Live. She's done NFL Sidelines. She's done college sidelines. She's back in her early career, worked baseball. Well, now she's the co-host of Gator Growl. And Laura Rutledge joins us here from ESPN NFL Live. Hello, Ms. Co-host. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Steve?
How did this all happen?
Well, I'm trying to figure that out too. I mean, I'm maybe they asked, a few other people, and then I was like, low on the list, and they said, "Oh, she'll do it." No, I'm so excited, and I think, for me, having been a part of the Gator Growl committee when I was a student, and being part of organizing all of it, to think that however many years later, I can't even do the math, that I can be a part of it on the stage is just beyond comprehension for me. And to be able to co-host with Brandon Spikes, who, when I was in college, we were interviewing Brandon and we were following his incredible career and the national championship winning teams. And it's just surreal to me. So very special. I'm so excited to be back for homecoming weekend, and it's just going to be a real blast.
When did you find out?
I found out over the summer, and they've, kind of been working out on the whole rollout plan. So, it didn't get announced until yesterday. But, I found out over the summer. They had asked me, and, actually in the last couple of years, they've asked me to be involved in some things, but I could never figure it out because I was doing so much college football. I couldn't get to Gainesville and get where I needed to get for SEC Nation. So now with not doing as much college football, it opened up a little opportunity for me there in October to be able to do this.
Obviously, there's new blood here, Laura. I think Gator fans are hopeful that, John Summerall can turn things around here. The more I hear him, I think the more Gator fans hear him. I think they think, he might be the guy. What are your early thoughts?
I agree. I mean, listen, none of us want to sit here and say, oh, cool, we've got to wait for a whole new turnaround here and all that, right? Yeah. But I do think that we have the right person in place, and that's what gives me a lot of hope going forward. Now, will we see it in the results this year? I don't know. I think that could be a stretch, but I think what we will see is the direction of the program moving in the way that we want it to, just as fans. And I think it's good for Florida to be relevant in college football. So, again, I'm not sure that we'll see that right away, but I do think we'll see signs of it, and maybe they steal a couple wins here and there that surprise some people. I'm real interested to see how everything shakes out at the quarterback position, but I think just overall, the tone that's being set, the way that Coach Summerall speaks, the way that he can motivate his players gives me a lot of hope going forward.
You know, it's a couple of people have emailed and wanted to ask you the importance of the Auburn game. That's the first SEC game, but it is on the road. And look, we all know how hard it is to win in this league, even though there's a lot of parallels there. You know, first-year coach trying to revive a proud program. How big a game early do you think that is for both teams?
I think it's massive. And, I mean, you're right. That is an incredibly tough place to play. If you haven't been to an Auburn game when you're on the road and you're trying to face that environment and just even how intimidating it is right off the bat, then, you know, first of all, you're missing out because it is a really fun environment in the SEC, but you can't fully grasp it. I mean, it hasn't even mattered if Auburn's been good. It's still a tough place to play. Just ask Alabama, right? And the amount of times that they've had a good team that's gone there and struggled on the road. So I do think it's very important to set a tone in that game. And, you know, look, when you look at Florida's schedule, that could be one that maybe they win that early and get on a nice roll. It's one that they certainly need to try to steal, try to get a big win on the road. And I do think it's possible because there's plenty of questions around Auburn, although I think they're going to be a talented team or at least improved over last season. But that's what I think about Florida, too. You know, to me, you've got to figure out the quarterback spot and all that. We know that. But, like, Jaden Baugh coming back and knowing that maybe you can rely on the run game a little bit, you can rely on great coaching. Once again, that's important for the Gators, and they'll have a big test, you know, right out the gate there in SEC play.
When you come to town, I hope we can spend a little time together, and I look forward to that. But I'm going to go to the NFL stuff because that's what you're doing now mostly. But I do want to ask about where college football is heading. You know, Congress being involved in this, you know, all of the changes. There's still so much uncertainty as to where things are going. How do you see all this?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's kind of a mess, you know, and we've felt that coming. I mean, Steve, how many times have we talked about this on your show, just as the different iterations of college football have continued to kind of spiral, right? The different versions of whatever the chaos may be. And I do think it gets magnified in the off season because there's not games to be focused on. And people end up talking a lot more about the complications, but the complications are real and they're right in front of us. And the fact that this has, you know, had to get to a congressional level and we're waiting on the speed of Congress to make something happen is sort of wild and crazy. And it does speak to why it's slow progress, you know, or really no progress at all, really, at this point. So I'm very curious to see this College Sports Act, to see what happens with all of that. But I think, again, we're just sort of bereft of good leadership. We're bereft of, you know, a situation where there's continuity across the board, and it doesn't benefit anybody. So I am fascinated to see how it continues to play out. I do think, once again, you know, the product on the field is great. I firmly believe that, and I think we'll be reminded of that again when these players hit the field here in you know, just about a month, a little bit less. But it does sort of become, you know, this hurricane of information and people being upset in the off season.
How do you judge the best conference? A lot of debate. We've debated that today. You know, the Big Ten has won the last 3 championships, but the SEC, people, hey, it's a deeper conference. To me, if you win, you're the best conference. And head-to-head lately, Big Ten versus SEC, the Big Ten has an advantage. How do you view that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on the depth of the SEC. I think the middle, even to the bottom of the SEC, is much deeper than the Big Ten. And people can debate that, and they try to, right? But I do think that, you know, at some point it's like, you cannot sit here and say, the SEC is better than the Big Ten because the Big Ten has won more, like you're saying. And I would say that, you know, going to a 9-game schedule in the SEC, I just don't know if it's going to be the type of thing that is going to benefit the conference, because I think it could lead to more losses. And ultimately, we haven't seen a college football playoff committee that's super interested in rewarding teams that lose, even if they think they're better teams, right? And at some point, like, the record on the field does have to matter. So right now, I would say the Big Ten has the edge. But again, people say it sounds like we're making excuses. There is a reality to the fact that getting through the gauntlet of the SEC schedule is different than what it is getting through the gauntlet of the Big Ten schedule. The top of the Big Ten, a force to be reckoned with, and once again will contend for national championship this year, I believe. But that middle ground in the SEC is also incredibly difficult, and I think it's part of why we've seen teams that could have advanced, and could have had a chance in the playoffs sort of fizzle out.
Laura Rutledge joining us here. We're going to talk a little NFL because she is the host of NFL Live. So many storylines, and again, it's really, really early here, Laura, but what are some of the things, the Jaguars, we're going to be a Jag affiliate now. There's a lot of optimism in Jacksonville about what they can accomplish after last year. We saw Mendoza's debut last night, and coaching changes. Can the Patriots do it again? Lots of storylines. What are some of the things you're looking at here early on?
Yeah, let's start with the Jags, because I'm really excited about them. I think when you look at, the pressure on Trevor Lawrence, it's pretty interesting because we really haven't seen him put together back-to-back good seasons. I think he can do it with Liam Cohen, at the helm there. I think we'll see, although a lot of defenses may adjust to what Liam Cohen did last year, I do think we'll see Liam Cohen adjust on the other side. And, the way that they use Travis Hunter is going to be really interesting. But they're a team that, we didn't even see Brian Thomas Jr. at his best last year. Imagine if that connection really gets going again. I think they're going to be a bit of a team that people are overlooking right now in that division. And, for me, kind of the other big storylines revolve around some of these teams that have a ton of pressure on them. Like, I think the Bills have the most pressure, and, what is Joe Brady going to do? They fire Sean McDermott after he's really been a great coach, but just hadn't quite gotten him to the Super Bowl. And now it's like, okay, cool, Joe Brady, you got to take over and take him to the Super Bowl, because that's the only difference here.
Yeah.
I think what Josh Allen does with Joe Brady is going to be something to look out for. And I'm not sure they have enough pieces across the board to really be a championship contender, especially in the AFC, where you're, going to have to deal with a team like the Ravens. Another interesting storyline, Steve, we're excited to see them on Monday Night Football in our opener, but the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is healthy, but they've got a lot of question marks at key pieces. They've got a lot of rookies that are going to have to contribute big time, and some of these guys have actually been banged up in training camp, so I'm not sure that they're going to pick right up where people expect them to and sort of look at last year as an aberration. They may struggle a little bit. They got to face the Broncos and that Broncos defense, in their opener on Monday Night Football, so man, I could go on and on, but there's so many interesting pieces to this, and I would just throw the Rams in there, too, as another team that has just a ton of pressure on them. They've got a team that seemingly is built out of a lab to win the Super Bowl. If they don't, imagine what people will say. That is, it's interesting when you've got a bit of a target on your back like they will. How do they handle that? How do they stay healthy? How does Sean McVay continue to outsmart all of his opponents?
Last question for you. There's so many storylines that you will develop as the year goes along, but I want to ask about two things. With all the drama around Vrabel, does that have, you think, any impact on the Patriots as far as the season? And then Sean Payton's done great with Denver, but you have a young quarterback there. Will he hold Denver back? Do you think he takes the next step?
I don't think the Patriots will have much drama. I mean, I know it was a crazy offseason for them and everything that happened with Vrabel, but it seems like everything's been handled well internally, and they're in a spot where, they're ready to go. Whatever you want to say or think about it, right? It's more about, up to the players now. Like, how do they carry on and perform well on the field? And I think they're going to be really good. I mean, as much as some people are like, oh, they'll take a step back. They got A.J. Brown. Like, Drake May did this last year without a major big-time wide receiver one, and now you've got one of the best in all the NFL. Like, that to me feels like a major step forward. So I'm actually excited and pretty optimistic about the Pats. And then when it comes to Sean Payton and doing it with Bo Nix and what we'll see out of them, they were basically like a little piece away on offense and a tiny piece away on defense from getting to the Super Bowl. Bo Nix, had he been healthy, you wonder what they would have been able to do. But I think they're right there. And I think Bo Nix may take a step forward in a way that a lot of people are kind of overlooking. People look at the Broncos defense and they say, oh, yeah, that's their calling card and their offense has sort of been okay. I think their offense can be really good. Also, Davis Mills is going to be taking over the play calling. That sort of frees up Sean Payton. You know he's going to be very involved in the offensive plan, but maybe that puts him in an even better position to make an impact as a head coach.
Plug NFL Live.
Yeah, hey, listen, we'll be with you today. Once again, we got, people want to hate on preseason football, and I get it. I think it's exciting. Like, last night was really cool to see Fernando Mendoza out there. So we'll be talking a lot about that today on the show, and then getting you ready for the other preseason games that you'll see tonight.
All right. Always a pleasure to have you, co-host of Gator Growl, and we'll get you back as the season progresses. Appreciate you, Laura. Thank you.
I can't wait. Thanks, Steve.
You got it. She's pretty smart. Knows her stuff. All right, quickly. Corey, go ahead.
Hey, Steve. How are you?
Good.
Good. Hey, man, I know you're down on your Mets, but they sure did take care of my Braves this year. And I think you guys got a ball player in A.J. Ewing.
Yeah, there's some good young talent there. But, I think getting rid of, what they did now, we won't know the extent of those trades because a lot of those guys are still in the minor leagues. But they've got, some players, and McLean has not had maybe the year they thought he'd have, but I think he's a building block. Christian Scott, is getting his chance to be a starter too. So, yeah, there's hope there, but they're going to need more.
I mean, I just see kind of a quick turnaround with the Mets. When I watch them versus the Braves, I just see a ball team that just got in the cellar early.
Yeah, and, but their chemistry was bad. That roster just wasn't right, and the chemistry wasn't there. And I don't care how much money you spend, you got to have chemistry and the right pieces together, and they just didn't fit. So, hopefully that changes.
All right, man. I just want to talk some Mets with you.
All right, thank you, Corey. Yep, appreciate your call. All right, Tom, I got to have you. I just hung up on you. I didn't mean to, but I got my next guest coming after he's done. I'll sneak in if I can. We're going to talk to Scott Rabalais from the Baton Rouge Advocate about the passing of Skip Bertman. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
The John Sumrall era begins this September. Catch every game right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM. We are your home for Gator sports.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC, 2026 GMC Sierra $399 per month, 2026 Chevy Silverado $379 per month. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months and no payments for 90 days on new Chevy Silverado. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and dock. All rebates and incentives to dealer may include loyalty, subject to lender approval. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Offers don't combine. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
College football is about to kick off, and there's no better way to experience every touchdown, every big play, and every unforgettable rivalry than with a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions. Delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it at Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
Hey Gainesville, tired of big banks that don't know your name? Meet Bank. Locally owned, locally operated, with over 350 years of combined experience, we're here to help our neighbors, not just customers. No call centers, no appointments necessary, no sign-in sheets, and anyone can cash a check on us. No extra charge. Local bank, local people. Bank. Find us at 7515 West University Avenue off Tower Road. Bank. Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect stay in Gainesville? Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center is just steps from the Swamp, the closest hotel to UF. With 6 stylish floors of brand new everything, we've been completely renovated and fully remodeled for your comfort. Enjoy the best guest services in town, competitive rates, and a location you just can't beat. And don't forget about our rooftop pool. Whether it's game day, graduation, or a Gator getaway, make your stay extraordinary at Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center. Visit us online today for details and booking.
Your new home for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Trevor to the 5-yard line. Trevor stays on his feet. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Trevor Lawrence. A 10-yard touchdown run. And Jacksonville is in the end zone again. He's going to get sacked. Josh Hines Allen got him. 3rd sack of the day for Jacksonville. Josh has set the franchise career record for sacks. Congratulations to Josh Hines Allen.
Catch Jacksonville Jaguars football this fall, right here on WRUF. From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A heat advisory remains in effect for north central Florida through this evening. Peak feels like temperatures this afternoon between 105 and 110. We will see sea breeze storms moving inland from both coastlines. Our best chance for heavier rain will be near and east of I-75 this evening. Remaining hot through the weekend, feels like temperatures Saturday and Sunday between 105 and 110. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
Hop a flight to Miami Beach.
Gator football returns September 5th, right here on WRUF.
Going to bring in Scott Rabalais now, longtime columnist with the Baton Rouge Advocate, to talk about the passing of legendary baseball coach Skip Bertman. Scott, thank you. I'm running behind here, so I'm going to make this quick. You covered him. I had a chance to interview him a couple of times. What was his impact on that LSU program?
Well, Steve, he made LSU baseball from what it is. I mean, he took a program that had very little, if any, success ever. Had been to one NCAA tournament before he arrived in 1984, and built a powerhouse. Built one that is nothing will ever eclipse football at LSU, and I think Skip knew that. But it's number 2, and people follow it religiously, and obviously 8 national championships helped. Of course, the 5 that he won started it all off, but he did that, and then of course he became athletic director, hired coaches who won national championships like Les Miles, he did win a national title, and just created this whole, was the most impactful figure, I think, in LSU sports history. If you did a Mount Rushmore of LSU athletics, you'd have to put Skip Bertman on it.
Funny, I was just going to ask you that. Is he the most impactful guy? And is his term as the athletic director a little bit overlooked considering his baseball coaching success?
Probably so. But he was, he was kind of. There was a struggle. Mark Emmert, who became NCAA president, was LSU's president at the time. And he and the board were fighting over who to make the athletic director. And finally, Mark Emmert goes, "How about Skip Bertman?" And they're like, "Well, you got us there." I mean, you couldn't argue with Skip Bertman. And he introduced the what they call the tradition fund at LSU, where you had to pay the seat license to buy a season ticket. It seems a little quaint now in the age of private equity and the NIL era, but it was a big deal then. And he came to us with the paper that summer of 2003 when they were coming out with this. He said, "I need Nick Saban. I need him to win big this year. 9, 10 wins." Of course, they won the national championship. As usual, Skip's timing was impeccable.
From a player standpoint, I've always, and again, no coach is well liked by everybody, but I've heard his players speak very, very highly of him. Did you get that same sense?
Oh, they loved him. Maybe not at the time always when they played for him. He was tough. He was demanding, as the great coaches are. I mean, he and Nick Saban and Kim Mulkey, I see a lot of traits in all of them that are very similar, very demanding. But yeah, one of his players, Blair Barbier, I just heard him on the radio here in town, was on that 2000 team that won his last national championship, and he said, he got to know his players so well and got the best out of them, and they loved him. And in the end, they would do anything for him. And now there's a legion of those guys who are mourning him today and very much have him in their hearts.
My last 2 minutes, I have to ask you this. Where did this Jaden Daniels thing come from? Did you see that coming? Good Lord.
No. Well, I did, Steve. When we saw that DJ Pickett, the cornerback, was wearing number 5 at practice. Lane Kiffin was asked about it. He said, "Yeah," and he told us. He said he was promised this in recruiting by Brian Kelly, and I decided to honor it. And a tiny part in the back of my mind is like, no one knows who's going to go, but I kind of dismissed it. But no, this is like, I don't know if this is all Jaden. Is his mother, who's his agent, who is a handful, let us say. But I think, like, LSU, like, no one's worn number 9 since Joe Burrow left. Okay,
right.
So this is they have treated them a little differently, but they don't retire numbers at LSU. No one's number is retired. The only number retired is Billy Cannon's, number 20, and that was back in 1960 after he stopped playing. So they retired jerseys and that sort of thing. But it's not like DJ Pickett is some walk-on kicker. He was a freshman All-American last year. He was second-team preseason All-SEC at media days. He's got to play in the NFL too. I mean, it's not. And this is a number that Lane Kiffin's like, hey, there was promised this kid. He doesn't want to give ammunition to another school that might try to get him in the transfer portal, so he let him wear number 5. I think it's a bad look for Jaden and the whole talk about trying to get the LSU to return their copy of the Heisman and everything. That's not happening. It's very unfortunate. I hope cooler heads will prevail. But LSU could do a little better job of making this policy clearer about when someone can wear a number or not. Because, like I said, no one's worn number 9 since 2019. Yeah,
I thought the same thing. Appreciate you, Scott. Thank you for sharing memories of Skip and then clearing that up, too, because it's a pretty bizarre thing from afar. So appreciate you being here, man. Thank you.
Sure, Steve. Anytime.
You got it, Scott. Thank you. Scott Rabalais, longtime columnist for the Baton Rouge Advocate. And he is going to end our sports scene for today. Thanks to Macy for producing it. We thank you for consuming it. Kevin and the Sports Lab gang are up next. Do not move your radio dial. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you Monday on Sports Scene. Billy Donovan will be here, and the Gator volleyball coach will be in the studio Monday, too. So enjoy your weekend. We'll see you then. I'm Steve Russell. Take it easy.
Want the latest in Gator sports news? Log on to WRUF.com, your online home for all things Gator sports.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida Bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida Bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators! It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their meatball sub with fries or onion rings, topped with the house sauce and lots of melted mozzarella.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
In the mood for a delicious Asian fusion cuisine for lunch? Then head to P.F. Chang's in Gainesville. They have lunch specials starting at just $11.99. Happy hour, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Wednesdays are girls' night with half-price wine and champagne bottles. And any day, anytime, sip house and lucky cocktails for $8.99. Celebrate every meal at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch, drinks, and fun.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parrish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
You know you're doing something right when your customers tell their friends and neighbors about you. That's why Ruse Ogre State Farm is proud to announce the opening of their second location, 25520